back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, great one. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
Okay, so what I get, I understand this. So a lot of people are still caught on the why isn't Disney or any of these other companies making profitable products anymore? I've gone beyond that. I've talked about politics over profession and politics over profit. It's my generation, Gen X. You weren't good enough if you're just an accountant. No, you had to always left this cause, whatever, environment, children, snails, whales, whatever. So I understand in Kathleen Kennedy's case, as her as an example, where she's a boomer. She already has enough money to last her in opulence until she's passed away. I don't know her personally or her background, but obviously she has an ideological mission of feminism, forces of female. I don't know if you noticed Star Wars with vagina all over the place. And that should answer the questions you get. The real question is how she still got a job. Not what we're here to talk about today. But for me, I understand because she already has hers. She has a political motive, a political agenda. The agenda is too. She has a political wish. She has an ideological, a religious mission, a mission from God to get feminism into movies. Fun, yay. Christian lady, you're trying to get Christian into rap. It's the same thing, man. Some things just don't go, grapefruit juice and what did Bill Cosby say? Chocolate cake. Chocolate cake. Bye. You got the funding, you were hired, you go. I understand that. I understand Leslie Headland, related, theater kid. Oh my God, I'm gay. No one cares. Literally, no one cares. Talentless, worthless hack who has no skills or abilities and only knows how to write about herself. The epitome of solipsism or solipsistic or solipsist, where gay, 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 gay. Here's my product. Guess what? It's gay. Wow, no kidding. Feminism space lesbians. What? Hey, not against it in principle. Just like, wow, you came up with that. I don't even think it just the third, fourth, fifth, or sixth about like quality ever came in. I'm not saying it's the right move, right? But I understand it. Why did they keep making crap? Like, because their motivation is not to make a quality product. It's a political or ulterior motive. Video games, same thing. Why is this that way? Because they don't care about profits. They care about a political motive. Sadly, it's all political. Why can't somebody's motive be big-titted redheads? Why can't that be somebody's motive? Hey, this redhead girl with big boobs doesn't really belong in the plot. Oh, no. Why is it nothing fun like, why can't it? Here's a random guy shooting a really cool gun. Oh, it's not part of the plot, but I enjoyed that vignette. I enjoyed the diversion from the main plot. It's always gotta be leftist horseshit. Anyway, I understand. Uh, this generation of people who have never, I guess, never faced bankruptcy or hardship. Go look at all of the writers of She-Hulk. I guarantee you, not a single one of them came from a disadvantaged background. They have never had to worry about starving or actually producing quality product and good work. There's no other way to describe it. Like, I can understand it. What I don't get, and riddle me this, riddle me that, it is plainly obvious that you do not care about putting together a good product. That's not your primary motivation. Your primary motivation is a political message. I would have thought we'd had newspapers and editorials for that, but no, you decided to hijack a multi-billion-dollar corporation and beat its fucking value to nothing. That's all right. I didn't sell it. It's not mine. Why? If your motivations are not profit or quality, which I would say they're synonymous, what do you care about the reception? This is where riddle me this, riddle me that. Why is it Disney, among other, I'm just using them as the flagship example, why do all of you, whether it's a video game, people who hired Sweet Baby, people who infuse politics into a bad video game, what if your primary motivation is to send a political message, then what do you care about the reception? Like The Boys, fourth quarter, fourth season, obviously political. You gave no consideration to the quality of writing, plot, and certainly no cadence or pacing. You put forth a shitty product. Your motivations were completely political. Why do you care if people are upset about that? Why do you care about ratings? Why do you care if people review bomb? Why do you care if people don't buy the product? And more specifically, in Disney's case, although you could criticize this of games journalism, any kind of content media journalism, why do you buy people to write articles about the product? Why do you pay reviewers? You really don't care about the money. You really don't care about the quality of the product. It is a political thing you're doing. Why then would you waste added money on marketing? And not just marketing. I can understand marketing because, oh, sure, why not? But it's standard. It would come with any kind of movie or video game. Fine, there's standard marketing, I get. But why are you trying to control people's opinion of it if you don't care about the profit? And worse, I guess, why do you go on the internet and blame fans? What do you care at this point? And so if you're already spending enough money, how much money is spent getting shills to promote your why worse than all the above? Why are you trying to control people's feelings and emotions and opinions about it? I don't get. I really don't. Not only is it, here's my political message, but by God, I'm going to force the rest of you and browbeat you. I'm going to force you to love me, damn it. Why don't you fucking love me? You want to talk about abusive, controlling relationships? Holy fuck, how psychopathic are all you people? You serve up shit. And it'd be one thing, here's my statement of political shit. Cool. No, you're such control freaks. You need to get other people to agree with you. If you don't, you call them names and standard crap. You even go so far as to spend money. I just don't get it. And then, like I said before, it's not just movies and video games, but there's all this political horseshit. Now, there we start to go into the realm of 103 IQ business leaders getting on the DEI bandwagon. Oh, are you black? You must think this way because you can't possibly be an independent-minded person. You're black, so you fit all these stereotypes. Are you a white female? Well, you can't possibly have an independent mind. You must fit all these things. And hey, look, transsexuals, they're edgy right here. Look, drink our beer. What do you mean? I can get that. But if we've all subscribed and our business leaders, I know political and university, you guys are politically biased anyway. I'm talking the for-profit companies. If you guys are on board with this politics over profits, politics over profession, what do you care if people reject your product? Really, at the end of the day, what do you care? And then and then this gets now you start seeing a little bit of a backlash. People are scaling back on DEI and all this other stuff. I have a crazy, crazy idea. Wouldn't it just be easier? I know I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. Good product at a fair price. Huh? Huh? Because look at all this ancillary horse shit you gotta wait, you think they're making money? Having to pay essentially you I'll give you a better example. Let me show you. I don't have to propagandize or hoodwink or browbeat an audience into buying my books, right? And the reason why is if I'm going to put that much fucking effort into it, which by the way isn't $250,000 or whatever it is you guys are pissing away on a movie or video games in years, all right? But if I'm going to put that effort into a book, I'm going to make damn sure it's good quality. Now, you may not like the topic of the book. You may not be interested in the genre. Nonfiction economics is not everybody's favorite cup of tea. You may even philosophically and politically disagree with my book. But if you read my books, you would say, okay, this isn't my cup of tea, and I disagree with him, but it's well written. It was a quality product. And the reason I do that isn't for vanity, is because why would I go through all the effort and work of writing a book to have it be shit? I don't want to spend money on marketing. I want word of mouth. I want a good product out. I want you guys becoming my disciples and spreading the word of Cappy. I don't want to spend money telling people what a great book it is, but you guys have gone to a complete other end where you purposely make horrible horseshit, insulting horseshit, and then you're going to spend money trying to convince the public that they're wrong and they should like your shit sandwich? That's where I don't. Is it pride? Is it this is where I don't understand. Think about it. You're Leslie Headland, you're Kathleen Kennedy, you're whatever idiots over at Ubisoft, Square, whoever's making these horrible. Why are you getting pissed? Why are you taking offense and umbrage? What do you care? You still do so out of pride, out of revenge, out of how dare nobody puts baby in the corner. You're going to spend, I don't know how y'all get budgets for it. I don't know. How's the requisition form for that? I need to pay someone at Variety Magazine to write a flattering review of this crap. We need to pay a social media expert. We need a social media team, probably if you're larger corporations, to go and counter people's opinion. I got a better idea. Do you think Back to the Future needed sales or a marketing department? Do you think Die Hard had to push its product out there? That's what I don't get. And this is for every business out there. Why can't you guys just make a quality product at a fair price? Wouldn't that be cheaper, more profitable? Oh, think of all the time and the PR. The PR alone, the damage control you've had to do for the past 5, 10 years. I don't know how long it's been going on. What if that all went away? What if you didn't have to, I was going to say influence? In your case, it's control people's opinions of your product. What if you made a product that people liked? And then they'd be happy. And you say, look, we made a good thing. We made a very good product, and it would market itself. And instead of all the money used to control the narrative or propagandize or browbeat or lecture or shame, which by the way, you're losing your long-term audience. Oh God, don't get me started. Isn't it wonderful how much Disney has they alienated generation. They alienated generation. Disney's going to go back to the late 60s to the early 80s again. They're going to be wandering in the amount of destruction, putting their desires ahead of what the market wanted. Oh, as an economist, I find it fascinating. I just find it fascinating how much how much value destruction there was. What could you imagine if they actually got decent right now, the what was it? The prequels? Yeah, the prequels. But could you imagine if they actually put in the effort to come up with a really good trilogy, the most recent one, which would be the sequels? If it was good, could you imagine how much more money how much more money they would make, but then absolutely how much more money they would have saved trying to browbeat people into loving their shit products? What if all the trillion God, well, not trillions. Video games are different. They take a long time and even more money than movies. All these quarter billion dollar games, and they don't even hold the candle. How many PlayStation 2 games, adjusting for technology, how many PlayStation 2 games could you have programmed with a quarter billion dollars? And uh, and you literally billions, tens of billions. I'd have to add it up. Probably at Microsoft. Boy, what did you drop on Activision? What did you big time tech companies drop on video game software firms only to produce shit? The tens of billions of dollars, maybe even approaching 100 billion. I have to go look up some industry data. What could we have had with that instead? And I know the vast majority of the budget goes into development and filming and programming and all that. But how many billions, let's just say, in marketing expenses and propaganda and thought control? That's what it was, thought control. You futilely try to get everybody to like your shit. I, silver bullet, a good product, a good product. And they had that with what is it? The emotional cartoon characters, the minions. I don't know the minions. It's not gonna have to be that good of a product just to be cute minions. Just a good product at a fair price. Is anyone slam talking the minions right now? Or people just like, hey, yeah, it was pretty good. Well, I love the minions. They're little rascally fellas. They're cute. Let's go watch the minions. Ah, the fourth one. I love Gru, the anti-hero. It seems to me that a lot of this would go away. But then if you're saying, well, we're not doing it for the money, you capitalist pig, fine. Then stop worrying about what people think about it. If congratulations, you have been a provocateur. You have been you've congratulations, ladies. And I'm ladies, I mean the ones in media and Hollywood, not your rank and file women that might have fucking lives. Congratulations, you've just re-solidified the opinion or the stereotype rather that girls are nothing but a bunch of nagging harpies. What a bunch of fun gals you all were. I won't talk about how many decades you've set back women showing just like, here's what women can do. What, utter shit? We won't get into that. Go watch my previous video on Rule Zero. But help me understand you, which they're not because no one's going to answer it. If the main reason was political, isn't that a coup d'etat enough? You got multiple billions of dollars worth in funding for dozens, if not scores, of media projects. You've got to get your political message. You've got to turn hot chicks into fat, ugly ones. You've got to race swap, gender swap everybody. You got to have political leftist messages. You got to, I mean, I don't know what a bigger franchise there is in America than Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Lucasfilms. There's more. You did it, isn't it? Shouldn't you all be celebrating? Yay, we ruined the thing. We got our message out there. Or do you just need to belong? Do you need people to love you? I got news for you. Nobody loves you. Nobody likes you. One, because you're talentless, the product sucked. And two, you're controlling. You're tyrants. No one really cares if you want to make shit movies. Okay, go ahead. We're not going. But then you come in and lecture people and call everyone ists and isms and phobes because they're not playing the game you want. Damn it, he's not loving me. That's gotta suck. That's where a Kathleen Kennedy or anyone who's yeah, you're right. You got all your money in the world. Now you got to find out what's really important. I don't mean time. That's ultimately the only currency we all have. But at the end of the day, you made a shit product and nobody likes you or your product. And a lot of people hate you. I don't care about the opinion. Then why are you paying for puff pieces? Why are you paying? Why are you trying to control people's opinion? You can't say both. And when you die, this will be it. Seth Rogen will be known as a pothead, like the epitomal millennial who maybe had some good Pineapple Express was pretty good. I'll admit that. But oh wow, more penis. Oh, more anti-American. You're so edgy. You're just gonna be known as like, yeah, he's gonna. You know what? He's gonna be like the boomer version of him. Uh, the fat guy finding Fred. Hang on, let me look him up. He just dropped off the planet like a rock. Uh, Finding Fred. He was so edgy. No, Finding Fred. Finding Fred. Michael Moore. Is that it? Michael Moore? Yeah, Michael. 70 years old. Hey, Mike, congratulations. You're a fat, whiny piece of shit. Good for you. Everything's so bad. Oh, there's your legacy. His entire filmography was whining and complaining. Everyone, modern day people in the media industry, your thing is race swapping and never coming out with anything new. And oh, plus gay or vagina or whatever. Trait-based politics. Yay. They're gonna be shit. See, this is shit. It's like postmodern art. Shit. No one's gonna remember you, but forever they'll remember Michelangelo. They'll forever remember George Lucas. I don't know. Could you just take your money and go be happy? You're all millionaires. You all get your cash. Just go live, go have fun, man. Society doesn't want your shit. And you're not going to force society to like your shit. Because it's shit. You got no skills. You got no abilities. All right. Super chats. Eric, $2. Cappy's dance instructional videos. Well, dance instructional videos. I guess I could put them out there. I've thought about it. The problem is music copyright. I'm sure I could find some good swing music. You know what? Here's the other thing, it'd be the editing. I'd have to go. Maybe I could find an editor. I should be able to find some editor in Vegas. Like, look, I need you to film all this. Chop it up into and edit it into a good dance instruction video. Because there's how to hold hands. There's footwork for men and women involved. You got to focus on the footwork. There's beat. There's talk. It's not just me yelling on the internet about talentless hacks in Hollywood who only know how to, plus trait. The logical male, $5. I had a vision the Magic Kingdom will be covered in graffiti and be demolished if they don't turn things around. But I thought, boy, wouldn't that be wonderful if they're covered in graffiti? Wouldn't that be wonderful? The real estate value is too high. Let me take a look. Disney theme park sales. This is October. I think more than 20 overall run. First 9 months. This is October 22. Why isn't it always the latest? Slightly altering, change, restructuring, segment, more than 24 billion overall revenue, 17% higher than the first 9 months of 2022. All right. Well, that's up, and that's up more than inflation. All right. So they're well, that was October. This is, let me do park sale. Let me type in 2024. It's all advertising. Yeah, that's the problem with Google. It's all advertising now. You don't, in the day, when you did a search engine, it would search for the thing that you wanted. Now, not so much. Goose, $5. I thought about buying IPs that they love and ruin it for them. Yeah, I thought about that. I'll see what your thoughts are, but I'm going to share mine. Turns out they have nothing to take. Not even they like their own products. Here's the other thing, and you're 100% right, Goose. Like, what am I going to do? Take Das Kapital and talk about They don't have anything productive to ruin. There's nothing to destroy. Also, we have other shit to do. I don't have time. Okay, for example, I always thought someone should buy out the rights to Shaft, and they should make him the schmaltziest cardigan wrapped around his shoulder, uh, blonde pompadour. Hey, I'm Shaft. Can you dig it? But it would actually be kind of a good, he'd be mentally ill. He'd actually think he's Shaft, and then there'd be like somebody like, dude, you're not Shaft. You can be who you want to be. It's not you, man. Can you dig it? But fuck, we got lives. I mean, that's the difference. We got shit going on. Most of us got, I guess some of us have families. We're gonna go, hey, I don't wanna go grab an IP and ruin it. I don't wanna grab what are you gonna take? What's really popular among the left that isn't already, and how do you make, they celebrate shit. They celebrate mediocrity. They celebrate failure. They celebrate laziness and parasitism. I mean, how, read through Karl Marx, read his real life. How do you slam on the guy more? You can't. I was a freaking loser. It just it is a sad life. There's no beauty. There's no accomplishment. There's no achievement. If I'm going to spend the time on that, I could write myself a really good Western. I got a couple ideas for some really good Westerns, things that stand out that haven't been done before. But fuck that. I'm going to get paid. And if I'm not going to get paid, then I'm going to do other things that are fun, like swingy rope. The logical male, $5. Anybody that says Disney is a family company is a lie. Look at the majority of the animated protagonists are mostly female. Well, recently, it's not a family company anymore. I remember the Wonderful World of Disney in the 80s. That was big shit. That was big shit. You pull up, you'd watch that. That was pretty big time. But now I'm sure it evolved over time and got taken over by corpos who didn't realize they invited Dracula into the house, and now it's all, I mean, one can talk about the pathology by which corporations get infected with DEI. It doesn't matter. It is what it is now, but the products are horrible. Absolutely horrible. And it is not a family company. Absolutely not. Generation Apollo, $5. Ash conformity experiment explains why pushing the woke message is more important than profits. What's the Ash conformity? Ash conformity? Solomon Ash experimented with investigating the extent to which social pressure from a majority group could affect a person to conform. There was no correct answer to ambiguous autokinetic experiment. How could you have devised regard classic experiment whereby answer, if the participant gave an incorrect answer, it would be clear that this was due to group pressure. Is this the one where, okay, this I just got a big bunch of pop-up screens on that one. Is this where the subject of the experiment would come in, everybody else was in on it, and it would show you which line is longer, A, B, C, or D. It'd be obvious that D is the longest line, and people would all say C, and then that person would say C as well, even though they visually could see that D was the longer line. Is that what you're talking about? That could be it, definitely. Absolutely could be it. They're in their echo chamber. Hollywood is but even that echo chamber argument starts to weaken with the advent of the internet. You can see that, they're not that dumb. They know that not everybody is California. Also, I don't know how many billions of dollars you got to lose to realize this ain't working. But I could imagine there's still some groupthink going on. There was a video going around, I think it was for the latest Buzz Lightyear movie, where you looked at all the creatives getting together and brainstorming, and they're all soy, male and female. There wasn't a masculine person in there at all. They were all Democrats. They were all leftists. They all had pronouns in their bio. Not to say if you have those traits, you can't be creative, but you're not. Not to say it, but I'm going to say it. I mean, in theory, we have papers that indicate, well, just because you're these things doesn't mean you can have no creativity. But so far, we're waiting for that data point to prove the exception to the rule. Um, yeah, I could see there's an echo chamber still at some levels, but God Almighty, you send it out to the market, or just even the simple like they're ultimately solipsistic. Look, if I could, for example, my Operation Evil, my Operation Evil was writing books and coming up with products that I did not agree with at all. But I knew they'd be very receptive to an audience that wants to feel good and be lied to. So I had all these female book ideas. I have some female products I have in mind. Still, some of them are brilliant, man. I just need $1 billion, not to have the time to do it, but just so I have the funding to do it quickly and once and get it out there and see what happens. Oh, maybe not 1 billion. That's a bit much. I don't need $1 billion, but if I could just add some funding to run with some of these projects, like Skunkworks. I got my Cappy Skunkworks. I just need some funding. That's all. Some crazy shit would happen. But I can disassociate what I philosophically believe, politically believe, from what the market wants. Girls want romantic garbage horse shit about Mr. Impossible Man, who's a masculine, conservative, libertarian guy, but votes Democrat, who totally likes the average girl, and she's just perfect the way she is. And he's an astronaut, fighter pilot, oil baron, cattle baron, tango dancing trillionaire who donates money to the children and is a feminist, but totally pushes the limits of aggressive sex, starting with the R word. I, I, I could say that's the most ridiculous, dumbass shit, but we'll make it for you. If I came up with 50 Shades of Grey, I would have been happy. But man, if I wrote some boring Chad Elkins, the movie, and he's just a boring accountant who works hard and does taxes, and then he doesn't do anything sexy or commit a crime. You gotta be a criminal to be sexy nowadays. And then he falls in love with a tig-old-bitted redhead. Girls wouldn't tune into that. Just be him doing books and accounting and taxes. Wouldn't be excited. There'd be no romance. She just likes him for him. They wouldn't be for that. And then I would get pissed off and I'd say, "You're all wrong and you hate men, and I want a budget from the company to write articles about how everyone sucks for not liking this great epic film that I wrote that's horseshit." What do you want him to be? Oh, you want him to be a retired Olympian, race car driving, Democrat voting, philanthropist, billionaire. All right, here it is. And he loves you. Yes. Miss 185 and 5'5". He loves you. He's got a thing for you. And he just is so fascinated with your average politics that you were prescribed in college. He's just fascinated where you think the rich just don't pay their fair share, even though you have no idea what the budget is. Yeah, I can disassociate. These people can't. They gotta think about that. How miserable they're like, you're pissed. You think they're happy right now? Dude, you gave me millions of dollars like that. It'd be fuck. I don't give a shit what. Bye. I'd be happy. I'd be done. They're pissed off. They're pissed off that people don't like their shit. Like, all right, there you go. Link below is a link to all my stuff, the books, the courses, my Amazon affiliate link, and my subscribe star if you want to have access to the Road Trip podcast. That's it. More on the way. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.